Sleeping is quite possibly the most important thing you can do in your life. You can hit the gym, eat clean, and none of that will really matter if you don't get the proper amount of sleep, or at least not as much. Skip out on sleep and your brain slows down, your reaction time tanks, and you're much more likely to get in an accident. Mood swings, anxiety, stress, yeah, those get worse too. Hey guys, I am Martin from Mattress Clarity, and today we're going to get into the nasty side effects of sleep deprivation. There are some serious downsides to missing out on sleep, so pay attention. Okay, so let's say you miss out on one night of sleep. You're not getting the proper 7 to 8 hours of sleep, or you're having interrupted sleep during that time. What is going to happen? For example, even if your job isn't that physical, your productivity could go way down. Studies have shown that companies lose over $100 billion a year because of sleep deprivation. Drowsy driving is a serious issue the next day. Drowsy driving makes up for around 1,500 deaths per year and 45,000 accidents every single year. And even if you are at your workplace or not on the road, you are still 70% more likely to have an accident. But specifically, short-term and long-term sleep deprivation can take a serious toll on your mental health. This may seem like an obvious one, but when you are sleep deprived, you're much more likely to be moody or irritable. That's because when you're sleep deprived, your brain is not able to regulate emotions quite as well. And a lack of sleep can increase depression and anxiety. And at the same time, depression and anxiety can make your sleep worse. And what's more, sleep deprivation, specifically chronic sleep deprivation, increases your chances of developing dementia or Alzheimer's. And that's because when you're awake, your brain builds up beta amyloids. And at night, when you're sleeping, your system flushes those out. And when we don't get enough sleep, these beta amyloids can accumulate, which has been linked to the onset of Alzheimer's. And a lack of sleep has also been tied to some serious cardiovascular issues. For example, when you are not getting proper sleep, you have a greater chance of dealing with things like heart attack, stroke, obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and a lot more. In fact, studies have shown that people who do not get the proper amount of sleep are 11% more likely to die from a cardiovascular issue. And it generally weakens your immune system, making you more susceptible to colds, flus, and other illnesses. And for men, even beyond the immediate life-threatening risks, it can also decrease your testosterone, which can increase sexual dysfunction. And a lack of sleep can lead to premature aging. You could have more wrinkles under your eyes, darker circles, and nobody wants that. Okay, so we talked about the nasty side effects of sleep deprivation, but what if you want to get the proper amount of sleep? What is the best way to do that? Well, the main thing you want to do is to practice good sleep hygiene, and that means a couple of things. First off, it means keeping your room cool, dark, and quiet. It also means avoiding blue light closer to bedtime, so that means like cell phones, TVs, and laptops. Also avoiding caffeine and alcohol close to bedtime, and you should stop eating at least 3 hours before bed as well. It's also a good idea to try to go to bed and get up at the same time every single day, even on the weekends, and invest in the right mattress. If you have the right mattress, it can go a long way. And if none of this is cutting and you're still dealing with sleep deprivation, definitely talk to your doctor. So yeah, a lot of bad things can happen if you're not getting the proper amount of sleep. But if you want some more information about getting healthy sleep, we've got a lot of great resources over on mattressclarity.com, also some great product reviews and some great money-saving coupons. We'll see you next time.